Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the next session at the Remote Workforce Summit organized by Kalish Times. The next session is a very, very interesting and an impertinent topic is the journey to a hybrid workplace by Mr. Ahmad Zureiki, the head of collaboration, CISCO, Middle East and Africa. Ahmad leads a team of collaboration experts responsible for driving customers' workplace digital transformation and improving end user collaboration experience. So, Mr. Ahmad, we welcome you to the second edition of the Kalish Times Remote Workforce Summit, and we hope you have a fabulous session.
Thank you so much, Matthew. Let me start. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Matthew. And actually, thanks a lot for Kalish Times for having me in this very important, summit, the Remote Workforce Summit, which is remote is becoming a very much a common word to each one of us because we all experience that work. We always talk about it every day, regardless what we do. Teachers, IT expert, in the oil and gas field, in the education, in the government, hospitals everywhere, even hospitals and healthcare, we still conduct our business and serve the community even remotely. Thanks again for your time to be with me in this session. As Mitsu mentioned, I look after Cisco collaboration business across the whole Middle East and Africa, leading a team of collaboration specialists. That team's job is to be as close as possible to our customers, understand their verticals, and help them on how we can really address their challenges and help them really move on with their businesses and their services in the communities as much as we can. All right, so what I have decided to talk about today in this Remote Workforce Summit is actually to look at the future and take this discussion and as the journey to the hybrid working, because yes, yesterday being part of us, part of the workforce is being remote, constantly fixed set up for them. Their job is nature is driven by a remote setup, which is a certain percentage, 10-15% of our workforce. All right, and today, unfortunately, the pandemic forced us all to leave offices and our favorite spaces, the places we used to go and have coffee together and discuss business and engage and meet our customers and meet internally to discuss business in the offices, go back to our homes or our remote places to work from there. So we have moved from a situation where we used to have a certain percentage of the workforce that working remotely to a situation being forced on us by the pandemic to be fully remote and working away from our offices. But is this the norm? Definitely, this is not the norm. Are we going to keep doing that? Definitely, we're not going to be always working remote. We're going to transform, we're going to move on to land on a hybrid working environment where part of us and part of our time will be based in the office, and the other part of it, or the other second of the week, if you may say that, will be working from our home. This is going to be the norm. This is going to be the future of work. And this is how we see it. And this is what we hear from our top customers through our daily engagement with them on how they see working in the near future. So again, we are moving from the yesterday to today to a hybrid working environment as a future of work. And that's why I decided to take this discussion, not just only to look at the remote workforce surroundings and the way do people work. I think you know that, but I just wanted to share with you that this is where we're heading, and it is extremely important to understand where we're heading. Let's look at the way we work, the styles of our working, and the type of the workers. I know that might look too much to read, all right, but based on the last year, I think yourselves realize that you have different way of working, and you have different types of workers in your organization, something that you could not really realize because you didn't have to face it or you did not get into it. All right, you used to be in the same office. You just walk in and walk out from the office. You take the stairs up and down. All right, and you see people on their desk for a long time. You see people that they come oftenly to the office, and some people that you never see except if they join a remote call. All right. But if you really dig deep inside the workforce, you see different work styles from collaborators, communicators, and concentrators. It depends on the way their jobs, their what they deliver, what they do every day. And if we take a collaborator, for example, as an individual who needs to discuss topics, designs, initiatives, all right, and being fully remote, that's one way of looking at things. You will see that some of these examples you might agree on all of them, and you might not agree on all of them. That's natural, that's normal. But mostly the digital managers, the content creators, the social media managers are a heavy collaborator individuals, and they need to work remotely. A collaborator from a hybrid point of view, as a type, like sales managers, sales designers, marketing managers, project managers, and consultants, and so on. So that defines the personas, the individual types of jobs, and then the style of their work on daily basis. And when we look at the remote workforce, and when we look at the future of work, landing in a hybrid working environment, we need to consider the work styles and work types in order to provide the end users, the workers, and the whole workforce with the right tools and the right technology and the right system in place to help them run their business and conduct it on a daily basis. So we're riding that wave of transformation, of workplace transformation. We're moving from that traditional work, process focused workplace, all the way to the agile, activity based kind of workplace. We're moving all the way to a hybrid with an individual autonomy in mind as a workplace. So the individual autonomous is something extremely important and has to be considered when you draft the hybrid workplace environment or design for your office. This is really, really important. And I think, as I mentioned at the beginning, we all realize that, we understand the importance of it, and we all feel that it's all about the end user. It's not just about the activity, and it does not have to be on based on a process or a fixed structure, as you can imagine. Uh, if we go back 1 year, and we discuss a flexible working, you'll think, okay, flexible working is a hybrid working, but they are different. And if you look deeper and closer, you'll see that flexible working versus hybrid working, we're talking about moving from limited to scale, unlimited scale. We're moving from a structured way of working to an autonomous, as I mentioned, and we're moving from a location centric to a platform or a system that can meet any work style, any workspace, and match any workflow to help all different type of workers across all different type of verticals to run their business. So even the wording sounds similar, but there is definitely a major difference between both. We need to be on a platform that can really scale. We need to be working based on a mindset of providing an environment to match the end user and provide them with their autonomy to be able to conduct the business and match the work style of the workforce, the workspace, and, as I mentioned, the workflow. And if we look only at the workflow, if you look at education, healthcare, two top important verticals where the workflow is the main pillar where we need to be around when we draft and we build a design where we insert the technology to provide a solution, as you can imagine. So what is the business case for hybrid working? As yes, we're moving all the way from the remote to today's fully to the hybrid working. What is the business case for that? Well, as we move to the hybrid place, we totally believe, we understand the need to optimize our real estate. It is a given fact. So we have to consider the real estate optimization. We need definitely, when we go back to the normal, hopefully we get there soon, we need to reduce our travel spending, and we have to increase our productivity and reduce the employee turnover by providing everything needed to the employee and the workforce, um, keeping them away from risk by limiting the travel, reducing the real estate, and increase productivity, and move the whole organization to be based on a highly agile structure, for us to really to succeed and to survive in the future. Organizations are really moving fast, and based on statistics, we found that more than 94% of the workforce in an imminent need to proper tools that will help them improve their meeting experience every day at home. It is an experience that we all, as I mentioned at the beginning, we all had to go through it, and there's no other choice. So we feel, if you look at the percentages, almost 100%, where everybody feels that we need to have such tools. Um, we need to really properly plan for a safe return to our offices, and 97% of the employees wants this change to make them really feel safer when they go back to their offices. And this is on top of everybody's mind today. Is when I go back to my office, I need to really feel safe. And not only that, I don't want to be faced with a new technology. I need to be able to, experience a smooth transition from working only from home to a hybrid workplace environment, moving to the office, feel engaged the same way, whether I'm behind a big device in the meeting room, or I'm behind an application on my laptop or my own special device on my desktop, like the one I'm using now. And definitely, this can only be achieved by providing an intelligent workplace experience to the workforce, and providing an intelligent platform, devices, and whatever is taking part of this collaboration experience in the office, starting from home, all the way to the office, to the biggest meeting room. I don't like to go back a lot, but I do remember when we all faced this pandemic, all businesses, had to pivot, and the imminent need was, we need to be able to meet. All right, overnight, we're away from our offices, we are working remotely, and we need to meet. And we manage at CISCO to provide more than 600 million business users with our WebEx meeting experience, and WebEx meeting, a platform to help them really pivot and help them move on while facing the daily challenges and the pandemic and the social challenges as well. And now we're in a situation that we're moving from the need to meet only to from surviving to thriving. We need to co-create, we need to properly call and use the calling features. We need to ensure we have a persistent messaging, and we need to be able to create teams and engage based on teams. And we need actually to have a proper platform that can integrate with our business applications, which is extremely important. And you could look at the graph in front of you, all these different divisions and businesses from IT and R&D. They need to engage on daily basis and ensure they can really co-create together, meet together, create teams from different team members across the whole organization, to be able to deliver and thrive on moving away from this pandemic. Let's take a look at how we do it in Cisco through five main points or requirements. We ensuring a secure managed mobile devices, your laptop or any device, securing a scalable connection from home, device to internet or intranet, and a group collaboration tools, meetings, Teams, and video, and on data center or on the cloud, and an HR work performance management tools and work from home policies, which is extremely important. And on top of all of that is providing a culture of a teamwork across the whole organization. So securing the devices, any device, laptop, your own device, securing the connection, providing the groups with the proper collaboration tools, and ensure there's a process from an HR point of view in place, and ensure there's a culture, a proper adoption of a culture of a teamwork in the organization. The experience should include everybody. Anyone should take part of a discussion. Anyone in the organization should be part of any strategic discussion. So we have to provide inclusivity in our approach and in the platform that really provide to our customers. So let's take a look at the safe return to the office, and give you a few examples and a few points on what we should consider actually when we go back to our offices by providing a more informative workplace, an environment that can feed us with everything that we need to stay safe, to stay engaged, and to stay alerted, and to help us conduct our business. The workplace, as I mentioned before, should be intelligent enough to help us and give us all what we need to properly engage and collaborate. And on top of that, the whole workplace environment should be more collaborative in every single part of it, in every space in that office. While we are focusing on reducing the physical human contact, we are laser focused on bridging the human contact at the same time with the right platform. One of these examples that your digital signage system should be part of this experience, should guide you, should give you information on how does it look like today in terms of the occupancy, density, and all these important health measures. A monitor for density, as you can imagine, with a COVID-19 kind of situation, human density inside the working space is extremely important, and we need to be always alerted and guided while we move on, while we move to the office, on how is the situation there. Every single device in the office should be equipped, intelligent enough, as I mentioned, to provide us with all these policies in place. Important features that is really required for anyone to be able to proactively, contactless, join any meeting, engage with the equipments, voice commands. A highly intelligent system can even count how many people in the room and advise the group that is running this meeting that you are over exceeded the allowed number due to the based on the policies, and even an indicator of whether this room is ready to use, cleaned or not, on when was the last time was really checked out, all the way to your ability to use your own headsets and just move on to the next phone, and without touching anything, your headset will log in and will allow you to use the tools. And what makes that possible is really and only by providing a single collaboration platform that is capable of connecting all these workloads and systems and applications around you internally or even externally. Where are we heading at Cisco? We are fully committed that we really want to provide a 10x better experience than being there with our intelligent platform. We're working on that day and night, and we are heading there. We want to provide you with a 10x more better experience than being physically in your meeting on your places. And as a key takeaways, and just bear in mind that at the time, hybrid working is the next wave of workplace. Collaboration technology is the foundation for the hybrid workplace, which is happening, and it has to be secured. It has to be feature rich. It has to be intelligent. We are going to provide everything needed, keeping in mind how people work, where people work, and how people gets their work done at the end. The strong returns will really accelerate change by optimizing real estate and putting in mind the OPEX, increasing productivity and lower employee turnover, as I mentioned, and providing an exceptional experience to every single end user in that organization. So this is what I wanted to share with you today in 20 minutes. Sorry if I exceeded my time, but again, my last message to you, we are heading to a new future of work. We're heading to the hybrid workplace. We need to bear in mind that we're moving from a fully remote, partially remote, fully remote today to a hybrid workplace. So the workplace should be integral part of the same collaboration platform to be able to get the same experience seamlessly without any hassles and to make sure you're safe while you conduct your business. Thank you again for your time, and thanks for Khaleej Times for having me in this very important session. And I look forward to see you in person soon, inshallah, in the near future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. Thank you very much. And it was indeed a very, very informative session. We do have some questions that have come from the audience, but we're out of time. We shall be sending these questions to you, and you can answer them, and we will communicate them to the person who's asked the question.
Thank you so much, Ms. Su. Appreciate yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. I hope and believe that the next edition will definitely be a physical one. So I hope to see you there. Thank you for the enlightening presentation.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.